Look, I'm unstoppable. Forget your defense, nothing but an obstacle. Run it back, switch it up, call it audible. Serving up them Hail Marys till the game over with the showstopper. So hot, you gotta blow on it. I said I'll huff and I'll puff, then I'll pass to my left while I'm looking to my right. Hit them right in the chest. It be looking like magic. Better give me the throne. I ain't talking about Patrick, but I rep my home. I'm never at the end of my zone. I'm bad to the bone, eating up these pigs.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Texans Fan Battle Podcast. I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Crenshaw. Say what's up to the folks.
What's the deal?
I'm currently fighting a cold, so everybody bear with me. The show must go on. But also, before we get anything going, come on, Astros. We're already facing disappointment with the Texans. We don't need no more, all right? Boost us up. Cheer us up as Houston fans, and don't let us down. So to start off, we'll jump into some big news today around the league this week. So before that, let's jump off with a lot of our fans' favorite. Your most exciting game this week, Crenshaw, what was it?
Okay, well, my most exciting game, man, I had to go with the Jets and the Bengals.
Okay.
I've never heard this Mike White guy in my life, and he had the game of his life. If he play good again this Thursday, they might got a quarterback controversy with the Jets. And if he do play good, it's like, damn, y'all wasted the number 2 pick on Zach Wilson. So I gotta go with the Jets, man. I didn't think it was gonna beat the Bengals. That was a huge win for them right there. The Jets actually have 2 impressive wins this year against the Bengals and the Titans. That's crazy.
Yeah, they're definitely the giant killers right now. I mean, especially with the Bengals being hot, they were, beating a good Baltimore team. I mean, not even beating them, but destroying them, and came up with the loss. That really surprised me. Oh man, I got to go with this Colts and Titans game. It was a very big game for both teams. I mean, if the Titans win, they kind of seal the deal with the division. If the Colts win, they have the leverage of going up in the division. So we'll kind of get more in that game later on, but man, it was a good hard fought battle. Those Colts couldn't pull it off. So it was a good game. I'll start off with most disappointing. Man, I gotta go with this Chiefs team. I don't know if it's the coaching, if it's the offensive line. I know the defense is terrible, but when you barely beat the Giants by 3 points
at home,
yeah, it's sad to see because I am a Patrick Mahomes fan. It's heartbreaking to see him struggle like this. So hopefully they turn around. What about you? What was your most disappointing game?
Well, to go back to the game you just said, it shows how great Mahomes is, because if he's not good every game, it's a problem. He's basically been here, and every quarterback not gonna be good every game, and one of those seasons. Now, may NFL caught with him because he don't like to think and done, like to go down the field. So okay, you take away the down the field, rush 3 or 4, you can contain them. So maybe that's what's going on right now. But I think I'll still find a way to win the division and get up out of there. But I gotta go with my supporting team. Gotta go with the Chargers, man. I mean, I don't know. 2 weeks in a row. I guess Bill Belichick just got Justin Herbert's number, man, because last year he didn't score no points on him, and then this year he scored 24, but gave up 2 picks and everything. So he knows how to really, really defend that guy real good. So I got to go with the Chargers, man. That was a bad loss, and it was a bad time to lose because they could have won away with the division. Now you got Kansas City a game back. You got the Raiders right there as well. So, yeah, that was a huge loss for them.
Oh, most definitely. So going into not breaking news, but NFL news. We'll start off first in Las Vegas. There was a car crash early this morning. Um, Come to find out, it was Henry Ruggs. A lot of speculation that he was the one that died because it was a fatal car crash. But to come find out, he's the one that caused it. They said that he was intoxicated, and so they're charging him with a DUI and causing of a death. Only 22 years old. Man, it sucks to see something like that happen. Especially taking somebody's life. But maybe it's just me. You got all this money. You're a big name football player. Why not call Uber? Call a friend, hire a DD. Why put your career at stake like that? You know what I mean?
Say the last part again. I missed it. You talk
Uh,
about
why why put your career at stake when you make all this money? It just sometimes you gotta be smarter.
Yeah, you gotta be smarter. I mean, just Uber. Just Uber. They have that. They have apps where if you're drinking, somebody will get you. He should have an entourage or something with him to make sure he gets home. Like I say, he's too young for that, man. Rich guy, nasty son, man. They're gonna like throw the book at him. See, he's not gonna be like Dante Starwork. Dante Starwork, he got a slap on the wrist. So when he did the same thing, they're gonna make an example out of Henry Ruggs. So I hate it for the guy, man, and prayers to the family.
Most definitely. It's never a good thing when you take a life. So
Yeah,
um, I agree with whatever penalty they give the guy. I think he just sit and play another down. I know that's a little harsh, but it's terrible. But I agree with you. Prayers to the family. So kind of going back to that Titans and Colts game. Come to find out Monday morning, Derrick Henry looks like he's going to be out for the season. I don't know if you watched that game, Crenshaw, but it looked like Derrick Henry was hurt. So him going in that game coming out, it's sad to see him hurt. I think it was a PCL, right, or was it ACL?
yeah, I don't think it was ACL because he would have been done for the season because whatever it is, they said 6 to 10 weeks. I might have been a PCL, but I'm not for sure. I know it was something with his foot.
Yeah. Man, it's a hard time for the Titans because I don't think their offense is going to be as explosive without Henry. I know they got Julio Jones and AJ Brown, but Julio Jones has been suspect since day one, and now you don't have your best weapon out there. It's gonna hurt them, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Oh yeah, because defenses now they could play them different now. Now they could play them different because they don't have to worry about the run game like that. They picked up Adrian Peterson, but he's not. At this stage of his career, he's not Derrick Henry. So it's got to now. Tannehill's got to earn his money now. He got to earn his money. Now he got to make the passes. He can't hand it off no more. I think they might struggle, but they got such a lead in the division. It might not matter right now. They got a 3-game lead in the division unless the Colts about to. If the Colts win Thursday, then that'll help them out. But I don't know, man. It's going to be tough. But Henry, man, I was wondering when he was going to slow down. I didn't think it was going to be this type of injury. I thought it was going to be just regular wear and tear. But man, that's a huge blow for them.
You know who reminds me of is old Earl Campbell for the Oilers. They just ran that poor guy to the dirt. Now he's in the
Hmm.
wheelchair.
Yeah.
So I hope that don't happen to him, but he can't be carrying the ball 300 times a year. This is not healthy.
No, it's not.
Um, so jumping into the trades, not really any other than the Texans that I'm missing, huh?
Just a little Melvin Ingram trade to Kansas City.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
Wisconsin. Their defense doesn't need it, but man, our offensive line is so suspect. But I get it. You threw all that money in there on the off season, so why adjust it mid season? You know what I mean?
hmm
So yeah, good move for the Chiefs, I guess.
Yeah, and then the Von Miller trade.
Yeah, see that's why I have you here, man, because I forget. To me, that's a big move. I mean,
Yeah,
that
huge
defense is
move.
already that defense is already legit. Now you add Von Miller, who's not playing too bad. I mean, I think he had like 3 sacks. So
Yeah, and he's gonna play even better now
right,
because he's gonna get some one
right.
on ones. I mean, I can't wait to Sunday. I want to see what they're gonna look like on Sunday, man. It's gonna be crazy. I don't know who they play, but it's gonna be
I
scary.
I don't think it's going to be as of a big a year as it was, but this reminds me of the Demarcus Ware going to the Broncos
Hmm.
when they had Von Miller, and Demarcus Ware was on the outs of his career. I mean, it re energized it. I mean,
Hmm.
he took him to the Super Bowl, had double digit sacks, and that's what he needed was somebody to take you know, the double teams off him. And that's what Aaron Donald's going to do.
Yeah, the old Broncos. They won Super Bowl with our coaching staff. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, and half of our players too. You know,
Yeah,
uh, yeah, hurts me every time I think about it. And then we get the old trash Brock Osweiler robbed us to the
yeah.
bank. Uh, the good old times. Well, you know what? Talking about Texans, let's just jump into it. Um, Today, Charles Aminu was traded to the 49ers for I want to say a seventh round.
I think it was a 2023 6th round pick.
2020. Okay,
Hmm.
okay. So I've been, like I said, I've been under the weather, so I haven't been, that much attention to it. But I mean, good. I mean, we can flip it at draft, or if not, we just keep building. I mean, like you texted me earlier today, that's a good thing because he had the same agent as one person, Deshaun
Yep,
Watson.
same age as him. He was already upset about getting the playing time and everything. And I mean, we got 3 years out of him, 5th round pick. The trade, it's not really a big deal to me. He really hasn't done nothing all year. I mean, his best games was in the preseason against the seconds and the thirds. So, I mean, hope he does well in San Francisco, but there's other guys behind him more hungrier, and they're not on Twitter, crying every day like he was and everything. I mean, you're not playing, you're just not playing. Just shut up and wait your turn. But you wanna, oh man, this, oh man, that. You can't do all that right there, especially when you ain't got paid yet. And if you got paid, you could talk your crap. But trying to get a contract, you got to be quiet.
Right, right. You know, once you got paid, you can talk your crap or get your booty hole played with by massages.
Yeah,
So
that too.
you gotta wait till you get paid.
Hmm.
Speaking of Deshaun Watson, uh, he wasn't moved. And I read somewhere that the Dolphins owner is not too happy about it. I guess there was a kind of a breakdown there in Miami.
It's been a lot of conflicted things. I mean, it's like a lot of he say she say stuff. So I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm glad he didn't get moved because I feel like we could get more, next year once we find out the draft order, once if he's guilty or not guilty in the verdict. So I think that was a good thing that they didn't trade him because I feel like if you trade him next year and he gets suspended, that's going to benefit us, on the 1st round pick that we're going to get. So he might get suspended 6 games. That's going to help us out. And if he got traded this year and got suspended to Miami, this one's going to help us out because Miami don't own a 1st round pick. It goes to Philadelphia.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure he's upset right now. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's both sides' fault, but he should have just settled way back in January. He could have been gone. So he's trying to play hardball. I'm pretty sure he's upset. He's gonna play hardball again. He might not want to waive his no trade again next year. So we could be having the same conversation going into the draft, going into next season. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, they got his rights for the next 8 years. So I mean, it's up to him what he want to do, or they could force him to play. He don't want to play, fine him, get your money back like that. So we gonna see. Now I am tired of talking about him every day, but like it's gonna keep on happening right now, man.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm kind of glad that the trade deadline has come and gone because now we can quit talking about Deshaun.
Hmm.
I mean, he's obviously not going to play for the Texans ever again. But from what a good source of mine said was the Miami Dolphins and the Texans had a deal done, but Deshaun is going to settle with his um, lawsuits. So Houston said, well, in that case, we want more. Which, I mean, you should. If he's settling and everything's going to be dropped, absolutely. I mean,
Hmm.
Bill O'Brien is no more, is no longer the GM. Like, we're not getting fleeced no more. If you don't like it, too bad, you
All
know?
right.
So I'm glad to see Casario do that. Uh, but my thing now is you're screwing this team over. Like, either put on the jersey and play or don't get paid. Quit babying this guy. Quit letting him sit on the bench and drawing the paycheck for no reason. Either he plays or he doesn't get paid. One of the two. You can't, you know.
I think they have a. I think they might got an agreement this year that he's not going to play. Now, come next year, they might not have that same agreement. And then, like I said a few minutes ago, that's how they could find him then. But I, like I said before, man, I really wish we can know what's really going on. I mean, because in my eyes, it's looking like you're running from your problems right now
Right.
because you want to go to a team like I said before, they got the same record as us. The offensive line is worse than us. The defense is worse than us. The offense is worse than us. Their owner, what has he done? He's been there since '08. What has that owner done? What has that team done since '08? You got a coach that had one winning season, but overall he has a losing record. What do they have that's better than what's going on right now? Besides, they got a beach. That's all they got. They got prettier water than Galveston. That's it.
Well,
That's all they have.
they also got better Instagram models and masseuses down there too. You know.
Yeah, that's about
So,
it. So see, that tells you that it's not about the team. It's just him trying to get away from the situation over here. Because he butt hurt right now. He didn't think everything was gonna, people's gonna find out. He thought he was invincible. When you're rich, you think you're invincible. You could do a lot of things. You feel like, well, I got money, I can get out the situation. But that's not always the case. And he didn't think Tony was gonna out him like that. When Tony made that Instagram post, it was late. I think like 11:30. People was going to sleep. Some people caught wind to it. Then they made a big story the following day. Then it just blew up. And then that's when everybody made the conspiracies like, oh man, he was next door neighbor to McNair's. They trying to frame him. All this crazy stuff. So I'm like, okay. So last year when they gave him the contract, they got women to go get a massage by him. I mean, well, they go massage him, and then they go say, well, next year we're gonna frame him. See, none of that makes sense to me right there. I hated that when they said conspiracy theories and all that, man.
well,
So,
from what I'm reading and from what I'm hearing, the first complaint was before he signed the contract, and the Texans knew about that.
hmm
So, which one is it? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, come on now. If they knew about it, why would they give him a contract? Why would they cover? Why would they try to cover up if they set him up? They were trying to help the guy. I mean, Amy,
yeah,
I can't ever say her last name, Paleto Kick or whatever her
yeah, I
name
know
is.
what you're talking about.
She lost her job trying to cover it up. So, I mean, those conspiracy theorists can think whatever they want. I hate to see him go because he was a great quarterback. We finally got a quarterback that we could trust, that we could have faith in. But he gave up on the team, so it's time to move on.
Yeah, yeah, give up on
Um,
the team and everything. See, but it goes to show how much control Bill O'Brien had because he was checking all the media guys. They like right now, a lot of media guys popping off on the Texans, calling this, calling them that. When Bill O'Brien was there, they wasn't popping off like that. All these stories that we have in our closet, it wasn't there when Bill O'Brien was there. As soon as he leave, the whole Red Sea just parted. Everything started coming out. So man, that one guy had that much power to have everybody scared like that. Who is he, Suge Knight?
right.
Like, what's going on here?
Yeah. And before we move on, about both these guys, I think both these moves were agent motivated. I think
Mm-hmm.
their agent had a lot to do with it. And that's why a lot of Texans fans like, oh, Malik Willis, here we come. Malik Willis, here we come. Why? So we can go through the same thing we just went through.
Yep.
He might be good, but I'm good. Like, I'm sorry. Thank you, but no thank you.
Right.
So I was ready for it to be over with, man.
Yeah, me
Uh,
too. Me too.
Anything you want to add before we jump on to the games?
Well, I mean, I went a little long there on Deshaun because it's really not much to talk about from his last game we played in. so, so might as well, get that off the chest right there. But I mean, we could jump right into the game right now.
Let's do it. Going to the fourth quarter, 38-0. Man, I was like, oh, here's another Bills game. Like the offense wasn't clicking, the defense couldn't stop nothing. It was just, it looked like they were tanking for real, and they're letting everybody know about it. You know what I mean,
Missing tackles.
dude? And then surprisingly, they scored 22 points, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, it's because of sports betting. They were trying to cover the 16-point spread." Look, the Texans have done this, and this is a Deshaun Watson type game. Deshaun Watson would thrived in this game. He would have scored 22 points. He probably scored 35. Like,
See, see, that's something I've brought up numerous of times. I was telling a couple of guys that 85% of the Sean games was like this game we had on Sunday. You know, and it's not like I'm hating, but I'm not hating. I'm speaking the facts. It was he got a lot of makeup stats. Coming from behind, just throwing it here, throwing it there. Especially like say it all. Man, matter of fact, you go back to his rookie year. Go back to the rookie year, man. We be down by a lot of touchdowns. Then he come back and make it a game. Then we end up losing by one score. So he's been doing that his whole career. But same thing Davis did, right there, Sunday, against the backups, the second and third string, playing up tempo. You'll think like, damn, y'all don't play up tempo, the first, second,
well, to
third
me,
quarter.
maybe it's my opinion, but to me, as soon as they did pull the starters and put the backups in, Tim Kelly's like, okay, we can open the playbook. And he was throwing plays out there like, okay, where's this been at? Like we've seen glimpses of this in the Panthers game. We've seen this in against the Patriots. Where's this been this whole time?
Yeah, it's almost like they either telling him to do that or something because something not right. Because like you said, the Patriots game, why can't we get that type of production on offense every game? I understand you playing the Rams, but the Patriots defense top five as well. So if
Well,
you could do that on that defense, why you can do that on the Rams defense?
I'm telling you, it again. It might just be me, but this play calling is terrible. I feel like Bill O'Brien is in Alabama via Zoom saying, "All right, Tim, this is what you need to call next. I know you called 3 screens already, but let's call your fourth in a row. Let's do a screenplay. The David Johnson. It's just how it is. It's terrible.
It's terrible. Yeah, he must got an earpiece in his ear. He's on the phone with him, let him know what to call. I believe that right there because something's not right, man. These plays you call in and then while the running backs they just run right into the line. They don't hit the hole, bounce to the outside. They study trying to make David Johnson a focal point. This guy is not a good running back anymore. He had that one good year. That was it. I mean, just put him on the bench. Let the
Let Scotty
get
win.
let Scotty get more reps. The other guy they put on the practice squad, bring him up, let him get some reps. Right now, at this stage, right now, we got to see what we have for the future. We got to look at all our youngsters, man. We got to let all the youngsters play so we can know who to build around, who to keep, who might need some more work. That's what we need to do. So stop giving David Johnson reps. Now, Philip Lindsay, I mean, he hasn't been great, but I still would run him more because he's still young. You might still could bring him back next year. Maybe we could get a better run blocking line to help out the running backs. That's on the line coach. I mean, we got a new line coach, but we having the same results, that we had last year with the old line coach. So they got to figure that out. And if you can't run the ball, you can't help out the rookie quarterback. And that's another reason why he's been struggling. Now we had some type of run game, then his play will be better. But you got no run game, so it's easy to defend, and that's why it looks bad
Mm-hmm.
out there.
Mm-hmm. So all you gotta do is drop your coverage. You don't have to put nobody in the box.
Hmm.
You just rush with the four, and especially with this offensive line, all you gotta do is rush with 3 or 4 people. Because I mean, they're we're back to this Olay offensive line. Oh, there you go. Have at it.
Hmm.
Just it's terrible, man. It's hard to watch,
Yeah, it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch.
and hard to watch is watching these Astros get killed too, 6-0. Just,
Yeah, yeah. We could I guess get ready for March for them because I don't think they're coming back after this.
I know I hate to see it, but a good. I will point out a good thing. Every week, man, he's starting to prove. And that's Jonathan Grenard get another sack. The dude is steady climbing the sack leaders board, so I'm glad to see he finally getting out of the shadows and showing him what he got. So
Yeah,
you
it
know,
makes you wonder why he couldn't get on the field last year.
right.
Uh, why he got on the field last year? But yeah, the guy got 7 sacks, man. I think he's like tied at 7 right now. He's gonna get double digit sacks. That's pretty awesome um, for a second year guy. And I don't know what would he get him in the third round, fourth round,
We got Ross in the third or second,
a
and
second.
then
Yeah.
and then Grenard right in the third.
So man, see that's great. That's great value right there. That's great
A lot of
value
people
right
had
there.
him in the first round. Was just what school? I think he came from South Florida.
No, he came from Florida. He came from the
He came from
Gators.
Florida,
I think
and
he was
then
injured, right?
yeah, he was injured because a lot of people have him late first,
Hmm.
but that injury. So it's good to see him strive because he's out there balling. So hopefully he can keep it up.
I know because we need a new face for the team. So, hey,
Uh,
I hope he keeps doing well, and then they get him some help, get him some help in front of him to make him even better.
well, I mean that's what this Tampa defense needs to is a good defensive tackle, was I think we got in Ross and Lopez, and then a good pass rusher. I think we got those. I think that's what they're starting to build. Now, if we get a shutdown corner, I think that defense will be a lot.
Hmm. Oh yeah,
So
no, and Collins as well. Collins is pretty good on that line as well.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, you're
Oh
right. You
yeah,
know, get it.
yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah,
that's why we traded Charles Minhu, because Collins and don't forget about Johnson. I mean, you got 4 defensive tackles. You can shift every play. It's just, where are you gonna put this kid at? You know.
uh-huh.
So I see why they traded him. Hey, it sucks, but it's time to move on. You know what I mean? Burn it
Yeah,
down,
no, yeah,
build it up.
it's a business. So, players gonna get traded all the time. And teammates can't get in their feelings of a trade, man. That's just the business of the deal. If you're gonna get in your feelings, call them one on one, get in your feelings, but don't voice it out on Twitter. You just can't do that right there. And I saw that. When we did that trade right there, then back last week to the Ingram trades, people who don't voice their opinions don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Um. Also on the offensive side, look good. My boy, Brevin Jordan, man, he looked good, man. Give the ball to him more often. You know what I mean?
Okay, so go back. Okay, so Brevin Jordan, why he was on the field in the first
Well,
four or
he's
five
been hurt.
weeks?
He finally came off of an injury.
Okay, he's been hurt.
So
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay. Well, I mean, yeah, get him on the field. I mean, why he can't do the same thing that Pitts is doing in Atlanta? I mean, same type of build, same type of player. I mean, now he don't have the same quarterback as Pitts, but hey, once we get that quarterback, he can be that guy. He can be that mismatch, that we've been looking for forever.
Oh yeah. Um, I'm glad you brought up quarterback. Somebody said Leroy Rivera said start Tyrod Taylor. Is it time to start Tyrod Taylor, or do we leave
Man,
it to rookie?
like I do want to win games, and I know with Tyrod, the offense is going to look way different, and then the defense is going to play better because the offense is going to be making plays, getting down the field. But at this point, man, keep Davis in there. I want the highest draft pick I can get next year, and then start my rebuild right there because see now Nick can get a full draft. Nick ain't got a full draft yet. Right now he got an incomplete because he had a full draft. So especially if you can trade Deshaun as well, so you give me all those picks, start your rebuild right there, and then that's when you gotta come. You gotta have a come to Jesus moment. Okay,
Right.
do we want to take one of these quarterbacks, or do we want to stick it out with Davis for one more year like
Right.
that? So let him play.
Well,
Tyrod, hey, thank you, but you got to stay healthy.
right. Well, and I'm not saying they're going to be certified studs right now, but other than I'm Davis hit and miss, but Nico Collins is having a decent year. Brevin
Yeah,
Jordan so far decent year. Lopez to me right now is still of the draft for the Texans. So I mean he's having a good draft so far. I mean I
yeah.
know right now.
I mean,
So just imagine,
everybody's played. Everybody has
yeah,
played. Even the linebacker they got from TCU, he's on special teams, so everybody's played.
yeah, Wallow or Willow or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I mean, so just imagine with him with the full draft. So I'm gonna have to agree with you, man. Like, let's see what the rookie got, and then come to the draft. That's when you say, okay, do we stick it out one more year because we don't like none of these guys, or draft quarterback? Which I kind of think they're gonna.
They still should drop a quarterback because David's going to be on the quarterback on the roster next
Right,
year, and he
right,
needs competition.
right.
Now, the guy that everybody thought was going to go to number one pick, he might go third round now. Spencer from
Yeah.
Oklahoma, I draft him.
That's why I'm saying none of these quarterbacks at all are impressing me. I mean, Malik
Yeah,
Willis, yeah, but he doesn't play in a big name school,
nah, I play big name school,
So
man. Like my top quarterbacks is Matt out of Ole Miss
mhm,
and probably Strong out of
from
Nevada.
Nevada, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
those
But
my
they're
top.
saying those two are second round, third round picks.
Well,
So
teams gonna reach. Like Washington football team, they need a quarterback. So teams gonna reach and they're gonna trade up and try to get these guys. But like I say, I think Spencer, unless he have a great combine, I think he's gonna fall. If he's in the second round, I take him. No first round, but second round, I take him and let him compete with Davis. Because you never know, this might motivate him. Like okay, I lost my job to this guy, my backup. This guy's playing out of his mind right now. He in his feelings right now.
right,
I mean, hell, he might not come out. He might like, okay, I might transfer and go to another school or something.
right.
Yeah, he could transfer to U of H.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah.
uh, my, well, I would start Tyrod in this situation. If we would have traded Deshaun and got more draft picks, then I might have started Tyrod just because you have more draft pieces, if that makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. But now that you don't have those draft pieces, yeah, you might get them later down the road. But now that you don't, you got to make sure you have that top pick. So it's
Yeah.
time. It's time to tank.
Yeah.
I won't.
Time
I won't.
time to time.
I know on the other the AFC South Fan Battle podcast, they all talk about tank being the next Jacksonville Jaguars. That's fine. If I get the first pick, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
We need it. We got to
Yeah.
rebuild.
Yeah,
So
we definitely need it. And then, the the three times we had it, we ain't done, too good with it. So hopefully this time around, it's better or whatnot. But I mean, this is the first time in a long time, back to back losing years. So I'm okay with it because I know what we've been before in the past. There's other teams that has way more talent than us that had multiple losing seasons. The Saints went 3 years in a row with Drew Brees throwing 5,000 yards, 7-9. So it happens to everybody, but like I said, I'm being patient. I'm not. I'm like. I'm not. Oh, I'm done with the team.
This
I'm still supporting and everything.
this is our third losing season in 10 years. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, I get it.
Yeah. And all three of them has happened in the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But some people like I said, it's people. Literally, it's people, man. I don't know if their mind just shot or what. Really think that we only got to the playoffs in 2018 with Deshaun. They don't remember the previous years. So I can't believe people actually say this stuff and really believe this right here, or they're just trolling. I don't know.
And in that 2018, I mean, we kind of got lucky that Indianapolis didn't catch fire beginning of the season. If they
Yeah,
were hot like they were the whole season, we probably wouldn't make it.
probably
I
wouldn't made
mean,
it.
we lost to the Eagles that year, who was a horrible team that year. The Giants are like we lost a lot of suspect games.
A lot of suspect games, yeah, man. A lot of suspect games,
And you know what it comes down to? The coaching.
yeah,
So
yeah,
they can say Deshaun this, Deshaun that. We're not the Deshaun's, we're the Texans.
yeah.
Sorry
We
to
the
say.
Texans.
And speaking of the Texans, we go to Miami
Yes,
and play the Dolphins. The Deshaun
yes.
Bowl.
The Deshaun Bowl, battle of probably the top two worst teams in the league besides the Lions.
I know a lot of Eagles fans are rooting for us to win. So what's your prediction? What do you think is going to happen?
Man, I mean, as much as I want to beat them, because it's almost like you beating them, you almost like you beating Deshaun. But I mean, I like Tua. I would take Tua back in a trade. But they don't want Tua. But I feel like you take Tua back in the trade, then now your rebuild is faster now. To me, he's a good quarterback. He just needs time to throw the ball. But we don't play good on the road. So I'm gonna go in that game with an L. I don't think they're gonna put up a lot of points like these previous games. So I'm gonna go maybe like a 21-10 game, something like
Oh,
something.
we scored more than
Yeah,
5 points.
yeah, it's good more than 5. I'm gonna give them 10. I need to check the weather, make sure the weather's not bad in
Yeah.
Miami, but I'm gonna give them 10 points.
Okay.
Because usually after the trade deadline, players kind of play a little better because they're okay. I'm safe and
Right.
everything. So maybe that might be the case or whatever. And part of the 10 could be a defensive turnover because Tua, he might throw a pick here or there, but we'll see.
Well, I hate to say this, but I think they're going to win.
Oh
I
man,
know I want them to lose, but this Dolphins team is not that good. They lost to the Falcons. I think we're better than the Falcons. We lost to the Jaguars. Obviously, we're better than the Jaguars. Um, so I think they find a way to lose. I think it's going to be a close game all the way through. And I think we pull the upset. I think it's going to be 27-24.
hmm.
A lot, Charles Minihoo was a distraction. This whole trade with Deshaun is a distraction. 2 things gone. Yeah, I know Lon Johnson's a distraction, but 2 out of 3 is gone right now. So I mean, maybe this team starts to somewhat gel until we come back to reality when we play the Titans after our bye week. So 27-24, I think we're gonna win. Sadly,
I mean, I love W's, but
not this time of year.
yeah, man, yeah. I think if you don't get past 3 wins, I think you'll be top 5. You don't get past 3 wins.
Yeah,
But
just
I
because of how
mean,
bad some teams are in the NFL,
yeah,
the
some teams are,
Lions,
yeah,
the Jags, the Dolphins.
yeah, and then the rest of the way, I just, the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Jags. Those are 3 games that you possibly could win, so that'll put you at 4. The rest of
Mhm.
the games, those are all L's.
You
All
just need to go to
else.
sleep. Just fall asleep on the floor.
Yeah.
You know.
All else.
So, all right, man. Well, before we head off, any last words you'd like to say to the folks?
Um. Yeah. I guess my last words is like as you say, you see a Texan fan, hug them, and we really need some hugs right now because this is really bad. I'm damn near
Especially
about
after
to change. I'm damn near about to change my name to Satin Texan too.
Es- especially after the night when we lose to the Braves, we
Yeah,
all Houstonians need need something.
yeah, because that was our only hope in the city, and it's a bad loss because it's making 2017 look even worse now that when they won that World Series. You've been to two more, and you ain't gonna win these
You can't.
next two. So yeah, so they gonna be coming for us. So get ready for the memes tonight and tomorrow.
Nah, I'm okay with it because 4 years went to 3 World Series. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, and
You
then
just went to
they can't take it away. So
no. Everybody cheats. Everybody's done it. All these guys who are upset about cheating are the ones who are cheating on their girlfriends and got caught. That's the only ones who are upset about cheating. Like, come
mhm.
on now. Everybody does it. So I don't want to hear it. But yeah, man, I agree with you. Take if you see a Texas fan, pat him on the back, give him $5, go buy him some McDonald's. Give him something to be happy about. Because
Yeah, better days are coming.
right. Uh, well, you can catch us at the on Twitter at Texan Fan Battle, all one word. You catch myself at Sadden Texans Fan on Twitter and Instagram. Crenshaw, where we can find you at, brother.
You find me at Fifth Ward Crenshaw on Twitter and Instagram.
And you can also check out the other podcast, ASC FB, and everywhere on every platform you can find both the Texans Fan Battle and the AFC South Fan Battle on every network, on every major platform. So make sure you check that out. Till then, you have a good night, and again, pray for us Houstonians. We're gonna need it.
Peace.
See you later.